Chosen ones are never accepted, but they learn to accept themselves. The acceptance of the Lord and the acceptance in here is what's going to get you through. Put on a show for the Lord and yourself. Block out the rest of the world. Focus on you. Chosen ones were never accepted, but they had to learn to accept themselves. Because ultimately, that's what brings you peace. No more negativity, no more sorrow. You're going to get watched. It is what it is. But don't be accepted. Like I said before, accept you. That's what it is. I mean, I accept who I am now, and I'm proud of it. And you should too. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. Whatever you're doing, somebody's going to have something to say about it. You're going to have people that don't agree with what you do because it's on a spiritual level and not on a religious level. So they would push you out of the family or not want you invited to certain, but that's okay. See, you shouldn't have a problem with being alone. But see, here's the thing. Most people think that if you're alone all the time, it makes you vulnerable. It makes you easy to be attacked. And when you're by yourself all the time and you don't have a mate, they think that it's easy for you to pass away. They think you live a longer lifespan because you have a partner. When all actuality, which would you rather have? A lifetime of happiness or a lifetime of settlement? Somebody can shower you with gifts, give you cars and give you everything. But if they torture you, what is it worth? What is it worth? You understand what I'm saying? So you can't put a price on peace. You can't put a price on it. It's okay to be alone, but don't forget that everybody needs somebody. You can't say you don't need anybody. You need God, but you also need like-minded people too. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants that person, but a lot of people want to keep you alone so that it makes it easy for them to attack you, thinking that you're gonna give up. Some people are good people; they're just not as strong as you. You understand what I'm saying? So always remember that. Not everybody has that fight in them to fight these dark forces and these attacks and all this stuff that's coming towards you that people think you crazy for talking about. When actuality is actually true. It doesn't matter who you end up with. It's not going to make everybody happy. I don't care if you're a 45, 46-year-old black man and you end up with a 60-year-old, 61-year-old white woman. If the frequency is right, it's going to work. We live in a world and in a society where everything is supposed to be free, but you don't even have freedom of speech and freedom to love who you want to love without being under judgment. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how have they set this world up to be this way, so fake and so, non-authentic? If you're not willing to play, they don't want you around. It's like if you want to be a superstar, you got to change something. You got to get your teeth fixed. You got to get a BBL. You got to wear fake this and fake that. You gotta become somebody completely different to live in their world. A lot of us are not willing to do that. We're not willing to change who we are to fit in. But that's just the thing. When you're an earth angel, you're not supposed to fit in. You're supposed to stand out and bring enlightenment, encouragement to the world. The mission don't never stop. It doesn't matter if you get what you're trying to get back. You always remain humble and respectful to those who pave the way for you. And you should never harbor resentment towards somebody that you taught that's coming along. You're supposed to be proud. You're supposed to cheer. But chosen ones are never fully accepted. They have to learn to accept themselves. Signs of a down low brother. A lot of y'all not gonna like this, but it might be for you. That's why you don't like it. Signs of a down low brother. This may sound petty to y'all, but let me make sure I got this. The way they walk. And I'm not saying I look at a man when he walking away. He could come towards me and shake my hand and I could see the twist. Just like my mom used to tell me back in the day. Shot, his wane broke. His wane broke. The way a man walks will tell you a lot. That's a sign of a down low brother. No man twists. You understand what I'm saying? No man twists. You know what I mean? Can't take no. A man who can't take no from another man because I can't give you a ride to the liquor store. We beefing now? That's very you can't take no. That's a sign. If you got somebody that's in a marriage and you're a single guy and they still trying to gatekeep your relationships, that's a sign. There's people out here that will lose their wives because they so fixated on watching you and stalking you, illegally or not. They getting divorces right now because they focused on destroying your life instead of making their wife or their husband happy. That's a sign of a down low brother. Petty. They are very petty. Ladies, if you call a man and tell him happy birthday at 12 o'clock p.m. because you couldn't get to a phone until then because you're at work, and let's say they don't allow the phones inside your job, you call him and say happy birthday, such and such, I love you, this and that. Guess what time he gonna call you on your birthday? 12 o'clock. Because that's how soft these down low men are. They petty. They gonna give you exactly what you gave them, even though they could have called you at 8 o'clock in the morning. Very petty. A man that petty, it's a problem. Like I said, always trying to block the homeboy. You got a woman at home. Why you worried about what the homeboy doing? And then you got these guys out here who their situation starts to fall. And then the next thing you know, another one of their friends and their wife having an argument because that person had secretly went behind and told her about somebody else. It's like an oath that they take to snitch on their homeboy. I said it before. That's the signs of a down low brother. That's somebody who loves to be around a man, but also wants to deal with a woman. You understand what I'm telling you? If you let a man penetrate you, you're not bisexual, you're gay. Okay? Y'all can give it all the names you want to. This is a triggering message. I know it. Hey, somebody got to pull it. You understand what I'm saying? So, signs of a DL man. Obsessive stalking. If another man tells you no, and then you dedicate your life to trying to block him and destroy every relationship, and you team up with the ex or with somebody else, a significant other, that's a sign. You don't just want the ex, you want the ex and the man. A lot of these guys are like that out there. They are uncomfortable with who they are. And then people wonder why we go at people like this, because they be grooming these boys. Or she grooms these little girls. It's about grooming. It's about grooming somebody from a young age. That's just like a 47-year-old man waiting outside of a schoolyard. She's a senior in high school. He's 47, but he grooming her. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the thing about it. You have to be careful with that because it happens so often. A down low man can't accept no from another man. And that's the biggest thing about black men in America right now. That's why so many of them don't get along, because they don't want you around if you don't get down. Somebody said online the other day, make black men straight again instead of make America great again. You know what I mean? It's just, like I said before, it's a touchy subject, but nobody's attacking gay people. We're attacking underground gay people. The ones who don't want to expose, they want to recruit. You know what I mean? There's no reason why an 11-year-old boy is going to know and understand what they want at that time, but they can sure be enticed. That's why I go at y'all down on men, because that is what you do. You want to groom a young man, and then the next thing you know, the young man is drinking and smoking with the mama, and when the mama going to work, you messing with the young man. You get it? You see what I mean? Some of y'all women are so desperate to have a man, you'll jump right in a relationship with a pedophile who will marry you just to touch your child, girl or boy. That's sad. You understand what I'm telling you? So I'm just saying, and ain't no way in the hell a man's nails should be looking like an eagle's claw. Your nails shouldn't be longer than your woman's nails. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a sign. You fucking with niggas that think they prettier than you. Ain't that what Kendrick Lamar said to SZA? You fucking with niggas that think they prettier than you. You know what I mean? Come on. How you in the bathroom longer than she is? You're not supposed to try to look good as your woman. You're not in competition with your woman. You had these men out here. It's crazy, man. But it's the truth, man. No man should be in a marriage and be worried about his friends, who his friends dealing with. Consistently watching and trying to see what his friend doing. Stalking another man consistently. Because you want to trick him into a open relationship with 3 people. That's what I'm saying, man. It's making you become something that you never chose to become. You just got enticed into doing it. Freedom of choice, right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's about. And that's what they're trying to take from our little boys and girls. Freedom of choice. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great one. Out.